Welcome back, where the tea doesn't just simmer, it boils hotter than the first sip of your morning coffee. And trust me, today's story is one that has everybody talking, because it's got love, betrayal, embarrassment, and the kind of twist you'd expect to see in a movie. We're talking about Angela Simmons, Yo Gotti, and the messy unraveling of a relationship that once looked like hip-hop's most grown and glamorous love story. The way things started, it felt like a fairy tale. The way things ended, more like a public train wreck with everyone watching in real time. Angela Simmons didn't need a long statement or a dramatic rant to announce her breakup. She didn't write paragraphs on Instagram or air out dirty laundry on Twitter. No. She hit fans with just 3 words that carried enough weight to make the whole internet stop and rewind. Not by choice. That's all she said when asked if she was single, and instantly everyone knew those words were aimed directly at Yo Gotti. 3 words, but the impact was like a mic drop. No anger, no drama, just a quiet but powerful truth. And from that moment, the internet started piecing together the cracks that had been forming behind the polished Instagram photos. But let's not jump too far ahead. To understand why this breakup has everyone whispering, you've got to rewind to where it all began. Back in 2015, Yo Gotti made one of the boldest moves hip-hop had ever seen. He didn't sneak around with subliminals or try to keep it low-key. He put his crush in a song for the whole world to hear. On his track Down in the DM, he rapped about Angela Simmons by name. No guessing games, no hidden messages. He literally said he had a crush on her, and fans went crazy. Memes were flying. The internet turned it into a running joke, and Gotti suddenly became the rapper who had dared to shoot his shot with the daughter of Rev Run hip-hop royalty, and a businesswoman who seemed untouchable. What started as a lyric turned into a real-life pursuit. Gotti wasn't just rapping about Angela anymore. He was making moves. Slowly, the joke became serious, and people couldn't stop following the story. And then, years later, it happened. In 2023, Angela Simmons shocked the internet when she went public with their relationship. No rumors, no speculation, just a beautiful Instagram photo of her and Gotti together with the caption, "Yo, all I need." That one post broke the internet. Fans were calling them goals, the mature couple hip-hop didn't know it needed. For once it wasn't about messy drama or toxic triangles. It looked like a grown-up love story. But Instagram, as always, can be deceiving. Behind those smiling photos and romantic captions, insiders say Angela was already starting to feel uneasy. Sure, she looked happy for the cameras, but behind closed doors she felt like she was giving more than she was receiving. Angela has never been the type to sit around and play trophy girlfriend. She's an entrepreneur, running fitness programs, fashion brands, and multiple businesses. She wanted consistency, attention, effort. But Gotti's world was spinning non-stop. His label, CMG, was exploding with new stars, tours, appearances, and at the center of that whirlwind was his breakout artist, GloRilla. GloRilla's rise was nothing short of meteoric. After her anthem FMF blew up, she was everywhere. Festivals, radio, late-night shows, you name it. And wherever she went, Gotti seemed to be right there. At first fans brushed it off. After all, she was his artist, his investment, his label's future. But soon, whispers turned into rumors, and rumors turned into headlines. People started to notice how close Gotti and Glo were appearing. Studio time turned into public appearances, parties, and even expensive gifts that had fans side-eyeing. The energy didn't feel like just business anymore. The internet really lost it when Gotti surprised GloRilla with a Maybach truck for her birthday. That wasn't your average boss move. That was a $200,000 luxury SUV with a giant red bow on top. GloRilla posted it, grinning ear to ear, calling him the best, and fans couldn't help but flood the comments with suspicions. And if the Maybach wasn't enough, Gotti doubled down with an 18-karat Audemars Piguet Royal Oak watch worth 60 grand. Those aren't just gifts, those are statements, and people started connecting the dots. If he's doing all this for Glo, what's really going on with Angela? Then came the Instagram Live moment that turned speculation into humiliation. GloRilla, in a playful but cutting tone, clowned Gotti in front of thousands of viewers. The vibe wasn't just teasing, it was embarrassing, and just like that, Gotti went from being the man who bagged his dream girl to looking like a fool on the internet. Fans instantly clocked the shift. Angela wasn't posting about him anymore. She wasn't defending him. Instead, she was posting quotes like, "I want what wants me, what flows flows, what goes goes." It didn't take a genius to figure out the subtext. She was done waiting for his loyalty. Angela didn't throw shade. She didn't rant or expose. She chose silence, and in a way, that silence cut deeper than anything else. Because sometimes, the quiet exit is the loudest move you can make. By the time the world caught on, Angela had already emotionally checked out. When she sat down with Angie Martinez and was asked if she was single, that's when she dropped the 3 words that summed it all up: not by choice. And then she added, with grace, "Much love and respect to him. He's doing his thing. I'm happy for him." At the time it sounded classy, like closure. But in hindsight, those words hit like a revelation. Not by choice meant she still wanted it to work, but he fumbled it. Now fast forward to today, and the tables have completely turned. Suddenly, it's Gotti chasing Angela. Insiders claim he's been sending flowers, calling late at night, even tapping mutual friends to beg for another chance. He's allegedly been lurking on her social media, dropping likes on old posts like a man trying to crawl back. And in 2025, everyone knows that's the universal "I miss you" move. But Angela, she's not budging. She's been focused on her son, her businesses, her glow-up. Her posts radiate independence, strength, and the kind of peace that comes when you finally let go of dead weight. Meanwhile, Gotti's empire isn't looking as solid as it once did. Rumors of federal eyes on CMG, whispers about a possible RICO probe, and the resurfacing of young Dolph's murder trial have people questioning his future. Suddenly, it's not just about a breakup, it's about survival. And fans can't help but wonder if Gotti's desperate attempts to win Angela back are less about love and more about clinging to stability while everything else shakes around him. After all, no one wants their name tied to federal whispers, and Angela Simmons is the last person who'd stick around for that kind of mess. From GloRilla's side, distancing herself was the smart move. She's on fire right now, building her brand, locking in deals, and becoming the new face of Memphis rap. The last thing she needs is to be tangled in label drama, so she hopped on live, shaded Gotti, and made it clear she's about her bag, not his baggage. That left Gotti standing in the middle of the storm, humiliated by his artist, abandoned by his dream girl, and under scrutiny from the industry. The contrast is wild. One moment, he's bragging in songs about finally bagging Angela. The next he's begging for her back, while the internet laughs at his downfall. And Angela, she's winning without saying a word. Her silence is louder than any clapback could be. Fans see her peace, her power, her glow, and they know she's not looking back. The woman he chased for nearly a decade finally gave him a chance, only for him to fumble it in record time. And now, no matter how many flowers he sends or posts he likes, Angela looks like she's already moved on, not bitter, not petty, just free. The internet has been ruthless, of course. Some fans clown him daily, calling it the biggest L of his career. Others argue he deserves another shot, that chasing Angela for nearly 10 years proves his love was real. But most agree on one thing: Angela Simmons has made it clear she doesn't need him. And in an industry where so many women get stuck in toxic cycles, that's a powerful message. Yo Gotti's story started like a fairy tale. A rapper shoots his shot at a woman way out of his league, and against all odds, he wins her. But the ending, it's messy, public, and unforgettable. He went from boss moves to begging energy, from bragging rights to heartbreak memes. And Angela Simmons, she walked away with grace, with silence, and with the kind of dignity that makes the ending sting even more. Because sometimes, the calmest exit is the most brutal. So here we are. Gotti is single, embarrassed, and surrounded by whispers about his empire. GloRilla is distancing herself to protect her career. And Angela Simmons is glowing brighter than ever, focused on her son, her businesses, and her peace. What started as a love story turned into one of the messiest breakups hip-hop has seen in years, and the culture will remember it not as Gotti's fairy tale, but as Angela's quiet, graceful mic drop.